Alrighty, y'all. Well, I was trying to get ready for this episode, so maybe we can fight the Chaos Guardian before this episode's over? I don't know. And well, let's just look at what the law... Big Wooly was vaporized by Chaos Guardian using a frickin' laser beam. Yeah, that's the death message if you just stand there while you're setting a waystone at the Chaos Guardian. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode. All right, so like I said, we'll go there real quick just so you guys can get a sneak peek. I did fly out the 10,000 blocks to find the Chaos Guardian. There it is. There's my death marker where it killed me right next to my waystone, but we are not ready to be there yet. Oh my God, he killed me in a hurry. So we were gonna get into potion brewing today because I wanted to automate it. So I've been playing around with it. I think the fluid encapsulator is out just because it seems as though in order to make them splash potions, which some of them need, we're going to have to use the potion brewer from Industrial Foregoing. Both of these use components we've already crafted together, so I don't really feel like we need to go through crafting them, but we can look at it. You need some Constantan. That's about the only thing weird for the alchemical imbuer. And the potion brewer, you just need an advanced machine frame, which we made together, which was why we had the farm making us pink slime. I did, however, get us a fluid disc going, and a fluid grid so that we can see our fluids. So now we have water accessible to our system, and I did import all of our liquid meat in pink slime onto a fluid disc that I made. So if we need any of those for any recipes going forward, the system does have access to them, although refined storage sort of lacking in how it handles them. So let's see if we can figure out how to automate this, because I didn't figure it out in between episodes. I was trying, but it wasn't making sense to me. I think how we're going to have to do this is going to be a little different than any of the others. We're not going to be able to just slap a crafter onto, the thing and be good with it. I think we may need to use a crafter into like a laser node. So as you can see, I actually have some cables up here. I was trying to just get all cute and have it like ready to show you, but it didn't work out. So we're going to take out these extra cables, and then I'm going to come, let's see, I guess I'm going to come downstairs here, and we'll just play with this in the basement because it may get kind of ugly, and who wants ugly all up in the top of their base all the time? So we've got some water down here, and we do have power down here. So we've got water and power right here, kind of further. Let's go right here because we can get to our cable pretty easy. So we're going to slap down the potion brewer. Now let's take a look at it. So things I've figured out. We are going to need to have a way to get blaze powder specifically into the blaze input separate from our recipe, because if we were to just shift click it in there, blaze powder can be used for crafting recipes. So it goes into the potion brewing section instead of in here. So we're going to have to handle that dedicated and on its own, along with glass bottles. So here's what I'm thinking as a solution for those. What I was thinking on those two is if we were to take some cables and an exporter. Let's go maybe one of the elite tier just because they are faster. All right, so let's pull some cable over here. So we've got cable near our machine. And then I am going to pull these onto the left-hand side. And we can actually probably get our water in this way too, but we'll see how that works. So for now, we just need our exporter. And we're going to need a crafting card, which we should also have that on AutoCraft, right? Crafting card. There we go. Crafting upgrade. All right. And there we go. Now, exporter, crafting upgrade, and you are going to export blaze powder. Oh, we need to specify though. So we need to tell it that it can't take brewing inputs from the left. Okay, because we don't want anything that we're putting in here to go in there. This should mean that they will go into the slots they're supposed to. So now blaze powder, and it needs glass bottles. Okay. And now that should, in theory, there we go,
fill both of those slots. We're going to need some power, so we should be able to get that. We can come right into the top there. So that gets us our blaze fuel, our power, our glass bottles. Now we need water. So I guess the question would be, is this going to be fast enough since we have water in the system now? Oh, we would need a separate exporter for water. So you know what? Let's just carry water over with this since they can live in the same block space. I do love that about these Ender IO cables, by the way. It's like one of my favorite things about them is that they share block space. So, because that just makes your cabling can be a little bit neater. I mean, yeah, sure, it's kind of chunky and whatever. Just for aesthetics sake, and because that cable doesn't matter, why don't we do it like that? And then we can take these two out, and then if we put them there and there, sweet. Now we can still walk under it. All right. So now we should have, look at that, water bottles ready for brewing. Now, the way the potion brewer works is we need to get the ingredients for our potion in here in the correct order for it to brew them all the way up. If refined is like applied energistics, it will put things in the order that you send it in the recipe. And since we already have water bottles and the blaze powder and the water coming into this independently, maybe we can use the crafter. This is the only way that I didn't try it prior to trying to set it up with, like I was trying to figure it out. And I was like, well, this might work. So let me just try it with them. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab out a crafter. We're going to grab out our wrench. We're going to spin this crafter around to aim at the back. And we're going to tell it that the brewing input can only come from the back. So back is the only place that you can get brewing input. All right, now that would mean that if we were to connect this with a cable, it'll light up. Now let's go make ourselves a recipe. And this will really be the test. So we're going to have to make this recipe by hand. So for the first one, we need to make Splash Potion of Strength 2. So it looks like step 4, which it shows here as the potion brewer, right? So step 4 steps, can either be gunpowder or glowstone dust. And that would mean that step 3, if we use gunpowder, is glowstone. So we need step 2 to be blaze and step 1 to be netherwort. So we need it to insert netherwort, blaze, and then either glowstone or gunpowder. Doesn't matter the order. So let's get those out. Netherwort, blaze, gunpowder, and glowstone. All right, and the reason we're grabbing these ingredients out is we are going to want to tell it how to make this thing. So then we need one of the completed potions, which I have made by hand, which I went over with in the last one. So we have one of those. So what we need to tell it is that if you send into this order, processing, yep, one of each of these, you are going to get 3 oh crap, is it not going to let me tell it 3? It won't let me tell it 3 because they don't stack. That's interesting. Well, shoot, I guess it doesn't matter. That way if the system's out, it'll think it's making 1 and it'll get 3 back. That wouldn't be the end of the world. So let's just, for the sake of testing it, let's see what happens if we give it this recipe and we hit go, because this was the only thing I didn't test. So there is our recipe. And now if we tell you to make, I still haven't figured out the command to tell it to craft something that's already in here. So we got to take out all 10 of ours. And now if we tell it to make one of these and go, let's see what happens. All right, it made the awkward potion. It made the potion of strength. It made the splash potion of strength. And it made the potion of strength too. Okay, so that worked. So now we have to get our input back in. So we just need an importer. Now we are going to have to filter it because it will pull anything back in that we allow it to. So we're going to have to tell it that it can only pull the potions we're trying to brew. So we want it to be on a white list, and it can only grab out splash potion of strength 2. Now this could be a problem because I think we need to make a potion of swiftness and then a splash potion of swiftness 2, which means that when we make the splash potion of swiftness, we're going to have to make it splash before we make it swiftness. That way it won't pull it out because of the whitelist for the other. Okay, so these are the 3 potions we need to make. So we're going to go ahead and add these to the whitelist. We need to remember about that conflict. And then now, if we tell it that it can output, we're going to disable everything else to the right, and we give this thing some cable. I don't know why I did that. I could just, you know, go like this. There we go. So now also, if we go look at our crafting monitor, it should have cleared that craft for us because it pulled those back in. All right, it worked. Now we have to get creative on these because both of these are splash potions of, or potions of swiftness. One of them for one of these 2 is a splash, and then the draconic speed module, which I think is player speed. What can it be used in? Uses. If this is just player speed, then I don't necessarily need it, right? So velocity is just that. Maybe we don't need this other one, so let's just start with the splash potion of swiftness. Okay, because the goal is to be able to teach our system to make all these modules for us so we don't have to do all the nested crafting. So right now, we have the splash potion of strength we need for the 1, which is great. Now, the next one is going to start the same way, because they all do. Almost all of them do. This one is also 4 steps. Doesn't matter which is last in our case, but if we're not making swiftness, or if we're not making this regular swiftness. So it's going to be splash potion of swiftness. Oh, see, yep, we can make the awkward potion splash if we're in our crafting recipe for this. So sugar, and then it was glowstone. Let me write this down. Sugar, glow, and then it'll be gunpowder and netherwort. Gunpowder and netherwort. And that will help if we do need to make the potion of swiftness. We just know that we put the sugar in and not the gunpowder, and they should both be able to be created in the same block. All right, so we're going to do the same thing we just did before. Let's go over here. We're going to have to, we're going to have to manually make one of these, aren't we, to have it. Or maybe we can drag it. We'll see. We can probably drag it from the thing. All right, so we're going to go shift-click to remove these. And then we need netherwort. And then the gunpowder. And then sugar. And then glowstone. And that is going to give us a splash potion of swiftness. And just to make sure it won't let me, it won't let me specify 3, but that's fine as long as it gets 1 back. The craft will mark as completed, and we'll just know that the only thing is it'll craft way too many when if you tell it to make a bunch of them. Whatever, we've got resources growing. I'm not that worried about it. So put that in here, and then let's tell it to make one. Go Gadget Crafter. It does put, no, it didn't. Oh, it did. Okay, we put gunpowder second. Sweet. And heck yeah. And then it automatically fills the bottles ready for the next one. Awesome. All right. Let's go ahead and do swiftness just for another example to show how, since we did it the other way around, as long as we, don't need the lower tier of splash potion of swiftness, we should be good. So if we go here and we go splash potion, or we go potion of swiftness, it's 2 steps. It's nether wart and then sugar. So if we take you out, you, and we just go sugar, and then we tell it you're going to get back one of these, which I wish we could specify that we're getting 3, but for some reason it won't let us, which is fine. And then in the whitelist, we've already got it in there. If we add in our pattern, and then we tell it to make a potion of swiftness, it's going to make 1. Like I said, the only downside is we're going to end up with way more of these than we need if we tell it to make a bunch of any of these modules. So we may look at how many of the modules we want to make and just play the numbers to get it to craft right. But we also have most of our resources growing indefinitely. So if it wastes a little bit of nether wart or something, do we really even care? I don't think we do. What happened? We told it to make a potion of swiftness. Didn't we? It did make them. Sweet. So, yeah. Make sure all of these are cleared. Heck yeah. That went way better than I thought when I was doing my off-camera testing. Oh my goodness. All right. So that gives us the ability to just slap all this in here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in all the recipes for all these, and I'll be back with you once we're ready to kind of go at installing all these modules in our bow and taking on the Chaos Guardian. Give me just a minute. Slight oversight, if we want to make the strength module for our weapon, for the sword here, we are going to need the potion of strength, which means that we are going to need to change the pattern for our splash potion of strength 2. So what we'll need to do on that one is just like we did for the swiftness. If we come to our pattern grid and we go in here, as long as we take out the blaze powder and we put the gunpowder next and then the blaze powder, it doesn't matter, because now it's just making that splash awkward potion, and that won't get pulled out of our system. So I'm just going to modify this recipe real quick, and then now with that one modified, we can add in our potion of strength here, which is very similar to the swiftness one, which is just nether wart and then blaze powder. So now that we have our modified one for this, we can take these out, and we can take that out, grab out just a single blaze powder, and tell it, you get a potion of strength if you send a nether wart and a blaze powder over here. And then all we'll have to do to make sure that those get extracted when they're done is add that to our whitelist on our importer. So our whitelist on our importer, add in the potion of strength, and then just show you guys so that, in case you're doing this in your world, you can, follow along. So potion of strength, tell it to make 1. Of course, it'll make 3, which is unfortunate, but, it's not the end of the world. We can work with it. And there goes our potions of strength. Now they're in the system for our draconic damage modules to be crafted. All right, I'm going to go back to putting in recipes. If I find any other ones, I'm not going to walk you through it, but I will tell you what other potions I found and added to the system when I come back. All right, we just about have everything in here, but I wanted to cover this with you because I wasn't sure how to fix it. You fix the quantity of these by just adding multiples in the grid like you see right there. So all we have to do to fix these patterns is if I pin up that potion again and I drag 2 more in here, it will now expect to get all 3, even though we can't change the quantity. So we're just going to rewrite the outputs here I don't know why I can't change the quantity and why I got to do it like this, but as long as we can do it this way, it will be just fine. Now, I figured this out because I need Potion of Strength 2 for the damage module, and there's no way that I can see to get around that, since we also need Potion of Strength 1 for the damage module, because it'll pull the ones with the whitelist. So I made a second machine, and as I was making that recipe, I accidentally clicked it in the second slot and it let me put it there. So I was like, well, maybe that's how I fix it, and it works. So I just wanted to cover that with you guys, since we did, we're uncertain about it. And now I'm just going to correct all of these remaining recipes here to indicate 3 of the desired potions and put them back in, and it works just fine. The system counts it. You can tell it to make 1, 2, or 3, and it only sends 1 craft. I have verified all of that, but I did want to cover that with you. And then I am only just a couple moments away from having all the stuff for all of our modules we want to make in our auto crafting, and we will go and try and kill the Chaos Guardian. All right, I'm back. We're going to see what we can make, but there is another problem. We don't have a renewable source of netherite scrap. These shield modules require a bunch of netherite scrap, so we may not be able to make the shield module, but I feel pretty confident that our Awakened Supremium gear should be up to the task, so we are going to just roll with it. And if we get our butts handed to us, well, then I guess it'll be trying to kill the Chaos Guardian and failing, and y'all get an episode 2. So either way, let's make up for sure the damage modules so we can see how the sword does, and we definitely want to get these projectile velocity modules and the accuracy modules made. I think we can do like 8 of each of them, so let's start there. Module, and then we're gonna do projectile velocity. Let's go ahead and try and make 8. Says it's got everything. And then let's go ahead and we've already done damage, so now we need accuracy. So let's see if it can make 8 of those. All right, looks like it has all the ingredients. Let's see what we're waiting on. Huh, look at that. We're smelting up stuff, and it is making our splash potions of swiftness, looks like without issue. So, and it's got 4 of each ingredient in while it's waiting on 12. Heck yeah, that means correcting the numbers means we're not gonna have a ton of extra. Let's come watch it work. Oh, here's the other one I set up. I just kind of set them up face to face and put another crafter behind it, set it up the exact same way. And this is for the Potion of Strength 2, which we couldn't make because we need Potion of Strength 1, and then it would pull it out before it crafted it to the final tier we needed if we did it any other way. So, either way, it wasn't too bad, and we had enough pink slime left in our dissolution chamber to craft it up without issue. All right, where are we? Crafting monitor, still making our potions. Looks like it's still making them just fine. I did have to go to the end in between episodes and mine up a ton more draconium. I was hoping it was going to be enough. Looks like so far we've had enough, but we may not have enough to make all the stuff for our sword and whatnot. We'll hope our Awakened Supremium Swiper No Swiping is enough to take him down if we need to, although we're going to be putting in most of the work with our Draconic Bow, which we did get enchanted with Power, Withering, and Infinity means I don't even need an arrow in it. Now, I was thinking about these speed modules though, the ones that I was like, maybe we don't need, but I think we need them because maybe it's weapon speed. So let's go ahead and try and get some of those going. Module, speed. I don't know. We're doing 8 of everything. Let's just, see, we don't have enough. We're missing 17. What about 7? Can you do me 7? Says it's got enough for 7. All right, so there are our 8 velocity modules. Waiting on the furnace to finish up crafting that, and this hopefully is crafting us up some potions. Woo, it's got to make 17 of those potions of swiftness, but it looks like it's got enough materials in there for, there we go. Yep, it's crafting them. That's sweet to see that potion brewing working. I'm sorry, I was nervous about that, you guys. I'm just glad we got it figured out. Especially with the quantities and all too, because having a bunch extra in your storage is no good for anybody. I mean, sure, when you got unlimited resources, doesn't matter, but you know, I don't like to clutter my inventory with stuff I'll never use. Well, I mean, that's not true. I take everything out of the chest. Okay, I'll just stop talking now. How about that? Wait, no, I'm making a YouTube video. I can't stop talking. All right, how do we get into this again? The right arrow key. There we go. All right, so can we put in velocity and accuracy? Oh, see, yeah, we are running out of room here. So we ought to take out these and put this guy here, because these are a different shape. Aha. That's why there's a limitation on these, is because of the shape of them. So there's our accuracy. And here is our other. Now we really want some velocity and we want it to be as accurate as possible. What are we up to on accuracy? Let's see. Inaccuracy is minus 33%. Does it get minus 53%? Okay, so it is very accurate the way it is. How many do we need to get it to like even? So then if we put these in, do they make it more inaccurate? They do. Inaccuracy 0. So it looks like we can put one more of those in. And we can put one more of some other module in. We want some speed. So let's see if speed does what we think it does. So, because the speed makes the weapon faster. Okay, yeah, so velocity, we could probably do without some of those for some more speed, maybe. It does seem like speed makes it recharge quicker. So we do like that. So, but the velocity means the arrows take longer to get there, which I guess I'm okay with losing out on that a little. And we're at negative 27% accuracy, meaning that it is not inaccurate at all. No, it is inaccurate. Okay, shoot. Then we're going to have to balance this out some. So I guess let's take out a couple more damage modules, because our damage is 400% of base, and put in one more inaccuracy. Wait a minute. Oh, we're good. We're good. Let's put these two back in. Wait a minute. Wait, are we good? Inaccuracy minus 20%. Okay, so we are under 0, so we're good on inaccuracy. I guess we can give it a try. We can carry some extra modules with us and see what we can do once we're there. But yeah, let's grab out these extra speed modules, because those are in here, and it should be done making everything. All right. I guess it's time. Let's see if we can take on the Chaos Guardian. Let's make sure we got 187 golden carrots. Should we get some golden apples just in case? I mean, am I overthinking this? Enchanted golden apple, golden apple. Let's put some of this other stuff up. Put up our tools. And let's put our apples down here. And I guess here we go. Let's go see what happens. So it is very much similar to the dragon fight. It is located 10,000 blocks out from spawn, pretty much at any, I think it's even number, because I went 10,000 in one direction at 0 at the Z, and that's where I found mine. Now, it'll look like you're not in the right place until you get close enough. So, like, all you'll see is this weird speckled obsidian, and then once you get close enough, the Chaos Guardian does spawn in. So now what we have to do is we have to come in here, and just like the regular dragon, we have got to break these crystals, which that is laser beams that he told me with a second. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, well, we're not strong enough. And let's hope our gear is not on top of that tower, because if so, we're going to be in bad shape. How did he kill us behind a thing? That's what I want to know. I do know we got to break all those beams, so I guess that's where we start. And the Chaos Guardian is coming straight for us. Or does he not know we're here yet? He doesn't know we're here yet. Okay. Please stay not knowing we're here. At least until I get my gear, which thankfully is on the ground. Okay. Can we go try to, like, break this one? No. Wait a minute. Did he give me some kind of debuff? Oh! Okay. Yeah, I have no clue what I'm doing, and this fight is difficult. Remember that part where I was like, he may just murder us and we may have to revisit it? Oh god, there's something like sucking me in. Run! No! Do I have to now get to my other grave to get to my other grave? This is getting bad. Oh yeah, he's like sucking us to him. Okay. Yeah, see, there's like a magnet sucking me in. How do we reset him? See, look, I'm literally being sucked into him. So what happens once he finishes his spinny-doo phase? Is that what we've got to do? We got to die enough times for it to, like, finish? I know nothing about this mod. Let's see what the quest line says. The Chaos Guardian is, yeah, that far away. Sweet. It doesn't feel like the Draconic gear would be any better either. Like, I don't know what to do from here. How do I even get to my body? Oh, okay. I just blew up when I came back in that time. Like, just you're dead, sucker. Can I just get my gear back, maybe? Do we still have some kind of, like, debuff? Is my waystone too close to him? Yeah, see, this is not cool at all. Like, I can't go anywhere. All right, well, I'm gonna see if I can at least get to my body, and if I do, I will explain to you how I got to it. Okay, y'all. Well, this is awkward. I hope you're sitting down, but I have no idea, none, how I'm gonna get my stuff back, because as soon as I go to my waystone, he's still in the same phase of the fight every time, keeps sucking me in. I may have to make a new set of gear and an elytra or another set of supremium gear with a flight upgrade so that I can try to get back out there, maybe put a waystone further away. I don't know. But we are out of time for today, so I think the title of this is going to be The Chaos Guardian is a Bully and Took My Lunch Money, or something like that. But if you watched through the whole thing, I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any tips or tricks or ideas on how I can not get absolutely demolished by this dragon, let me know in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see y'all next time.